In the late 1960s, California was gripped by fear. A killer stalked lovers, taunted police, and vanished without a trace. He called himself the Zodiac. Unlike most criminals, this murderer didn't hide. He wrote letters, he sent ciphers, and he promised more blood. The Zodiac Killer would become one of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history. If you enjoy real-life horror and real-life serial killers, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any updates. The Zodiac Killer wasn't your average serial killer. His modus operandi was chillingly unique. His victims, young couples, alone and vulnerable in secluded areas. This choice of victims was deliberate, purposeful. He wasn't just killing, he was sending a message. And his weapon of choice? A gun. It's unusual for serial killers who typically prefer more intimate methods, but not the Zodiac. His approach was cold, detached. Then there was his signature. After each crime, he would leave behind his ominous symbol, a circle with a cross through it, an eerie calling card that marked his deadly work. This chilling signature added an extra layer of fear and mystery to his crimes. This wasn't just a killer, this was a man playing a twisted game. Stay tuned to learn more about the first attacks, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the video. The terror began in December 1968. Teenagers Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were shot near Vallejo. Months later, another couple was attacked at Lake Berryessa. One survived. The killer didn't flee. He calmly wrote his name on the victim's car door, a signature of death. Fear spread fast. California realized this wasn't random. This was deliberate. Like and share the video if you want more unsolved horror stories. Let others know that I have more stories like this incoming. As the Zodiac Killer's reign of terror continued, the community of California was held hostage by fear. With the sun's descent, streets became deserted as people locked their doors, too afraid to venture out. The vibrant nightlife of the Golden State dimmed. Like this video, if you're appreciating the depth of this story. Parents clutched their children tighter, keeping them home from school, their innocent laughter replaced by a heavy silence. The playgrounds were empty, the classrooms quieter. Comment: fear. If you can imagine the tension in the air during these dark times. The pressure on the police was immense. Every unsolved code, every missed clue was a blow to their morale. Still, they chased shadows in their relentless pursuit of justice. But the Zodiac Killer reveled in it, the fear, the chaos, his name on everyone's lips. Share this video with your friends, let them know about this terrifying chapter in California's history. As the community struggled to regain its sense of safety, the Zodiac Killer's cryptic messages started arriving, adding a new layer of horror to his spree. Stay tuned for the next part of the story. Then came the letters. The Zodiac mailed cryptic messages to newspapers demanding they be published. Inside were codes he claimed revealed his identity. One cipher was cracked, but it revealed no name, just chilling words that killing gave him pleasure. Police chased hundreds of leads. None stuck. Comment Zodiac if this case still chills you, and comment what are your thoughts about this. As the terror of the Zodiac Killer grew, so did the determination of the authorities to catch him. The investigation into the Zodiac Killer was extensive and complex, a massive web of leads, suspects, and dead ends. Police followed thousands of leads, each one a potential path toward the killer. Several suspects were questioned and cleared, their innocence proven, but the real killer remained elusive. The case was even featured on popular crime shows, generating even more leads, more tips from the public, more hope of finally catching the Zodiac. But despite all this, despite the tireless work of countless detectives and investigators, the Zodiac Killer remained elusive. Like and subscribe for more chilling unsolved mysteries like this one. The Zodiac mocked authorities. He claimed more victims than were confirmed. He threatened school buses. Each letter proved he was always one step ahead. Suspects came and went, but evidence failed. The killer faded into silence, undefeated. Share this video to make it more interesting with someone who loves true crimes and real-life horror stories. In the shadow of the uncaught killer, the question of who lingered heavily. Over the years, several suspects have been proposed in the Zodiac Killer case. The most prominent among them was Arthur Lee Allen, a name that would resonate with anyone familiar with the case. He was the prime suspect for many years, his name echoing in courtrooms and media reports, yet his involvement could never be definitively proven. Other suspects came into the frame too. Names like Ross Sullivan, Lawrence Kane, and Earl Van Best Jr. were tossed into the whirlpool of theories. Each suspect had circumstantial evidence that suggested a link, but none were ever definitively tied to the heinous crimes. As the years rolled on, the list of suspects grew. but the true identity of the Zodiac Killer remained shrouded in mystery. Each new name brought a glimmer of hope, a possibility of closure, but the definitive proof, the final piece of the puzzle, always seemed just out of reach. The chilling reality is that the Zodiac Killer may very well have been someone completely off the radar, a name never mentioned, a face never suspected. Decades later, the case remains open. DNA testing revived hope, but no arrest followed. The Zodiac Killer was never caught. His true identity remains a mystery buried in history, and maybe that's the most terrifying part. He walked away. Subscribe for more real horror stories and real-life serial killer stories because I upload. Voiceover. The Zodiac Killer has left a lasting legacy that reaches far beyond the confines of his crimes. His tale has seeped into popular culture, inspiring numerous books, movies, and TV shows. From Robert Graysmith's chilling nonfiction book to David Fincher's gripping film Zodiac, his story continues to captivate audiences worldwide. His cryptic messages and elusive nature have also influenced other serial killers, adding a terrifying chapter to the annals of criminal history. The BTK killer, for instance, mimicked the Zodiac's taunting letters to the press, further amplifying the horror of his deeds. But perhaps the most significant part of his legacy is the status of his case. The Zodiac Killer case remains one of the most infamous, unsolved cases in American history, a chilling testament to the fact that sometimes the bad guy gets away. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror may be over, but his legacy lives on, haunting the American psyche and continuing to baffle investigators. His identity remains shrouded in mystery, a chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the enigma that is the Zodiac Killer. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life horror stories.